Alrighty, everybody. This plastic is looking great. There's my heat gun down there. It was set at 900 degrees, so if you want to use that for this, then yeah. There's the heat I use. I'm going to touch it a little bit right here because, as you see, there's a line from where it was changing colors. So, yeah, I'm going to finish doing this part right here. Yeah, and then I'll show you the thing I'm going to do to make it even more colorful. Alrighty, everyone. My heat gun's turning off. I'll just wait a second. There we go. So, here's the final look at the plastic. It looks like I heated it up a little bit much right there. It's kind of an indent. Yeah, try not to do that. You see there's a little bit of a raise. Definitely don't heat it up too much and do that. I'm trying to push it back down, and if I do that, it won't hurt it. There we go. Yeah, it's a little bit better. So, yeah, that's what it's looking like right now. Dang, I really hate I did that. I really hate I screwed that up. So just be careful with the heat. It will morph the plastic, like I said. So, as of right now, this is what it would look like whenever we put it back on. That looks really good. That's close to the gas tank, which is really not sun-faded at all. So, I'm going to show you guys the final step for what I do when restoring these plastics. And that is making a 60-40 mixture of boiled linseed oil and not this, but clean strip paint thinner. So I have some right here. My paintbrush got kind of stuck in it, so that's kind of a shame. I'm going to dump this out and make a fresh batch. I will show me making it, so let me dump this out and kind of clean it, clean the brush and whatnot, and I'll get back to you guys. Alrighty, here we go. We got a clean tub. So, like I said, I'm just going to estimate this here. So, I'm not going to go crazy measuring it, so I'm just kind of, don't really matter. I just think you got to have a little more oil than that. So, it's going to look kind of milky. I think that should be good. And then get your linseed oil, like I said, a couple times to keep this mess. And then just kind of dump that in there. That ought to be good. And then just kind of get your brush or your rag. You ain't got to use a brush. I just use a brush because it goes on there better. And just kind of mix it around. Don't go crazy. Don't slosh it everywhere. But it should look like this. It should kind of look like a beer. Kind of. A nice, kind of, more like mustard. Kind of looks like mustard. Like a honey mustard. So it should look like a kind of honey mustard color. And that's how you know you've gotten it right. So don't put a crazy amount on your brush. Just enough to, just carefully put it on there. So, you just want to carefully, you ain't going to be crazy careful, but as you see, let me get it in the light here, because it's even kind of hard to see with my eyes and in the shade. There we go. As you see, it is really looking nice. So just kind of go over it, coat the whole thing in a nice blue. Just make it look good. Just get it on there. This is what I do when I always restore plastics and fenders and whatnot. Just get that nice, good coat on there. You really don't need as much as I made. You really don't need much at all for this. Just get it on there nice and good, nice and even, get a good even coat on it. And then just let it sit there. You ain't got to let it sit there long, maybe a minute or so. I don't like to let it sit there a crazy amount. And then you just want to find something to wipe it off with. I would recommend something clean. So I'm just going to let it sit there, and then I'll wipe it off, and I'll show you guys what it looks like. I'm going to let it sit there about another 30 seconds, and then I'll wipe it. Alright, everyone, it's been a couple minutes. I ran upstairs. So, got some in there. It's okay. It shouldn't be a big deal. I'm just going to take this, and I'm just going to kind of wipe it. And as you see, it is staying practically the exact same color as when we applied it. So it was dark when we applied it. It's still dark. It looks really, really good. It's got a nice glossy look to it, and I love it. And it is totally dry now. It feels a little bit oily, however you guys say it. Feels a little bit slippery and whatnot, but I mean, overall, it feels good now. So, here's the final reveal after we restored this piece of plastic. Bam. I don't know about y'all, but I think that is very, very close to original color. I mean, that is very close to original color. I mean, the gas tank is original color, excuse me. It has not been painted, and that is pretty dang close. So let me get this thing mounted back on, and get back to you guys whenever I do. Well, up, everybody. There we go. Not much more I can say about that. That looks pretty darn clean. That looks very clean. You can still see the spot where I kind of screwed it up. That kind of sticks out. But besides that, I mean, man, it really looks good. I mean, I got every single little crevice. And, I mean, that looks right about original. That is very, very, very clean, I must say. So, this video was a little longer considering we only did one piece of plastic. But, you know, it was definitely worth it. Because look at this. I hope you guys follow this tutorial, I guess you could say. It's kind of a tutorial if you ever need to fix up your plastics. I mean, the oily feeling is kind of gone on this now. It feels kind of how it should compared to this. It feels like it should. So that's the final color. It will stay that way, obviously, unless you expose it to the sun for a long time. So yeah, that's about all I got to say. Next video, I'm not sure what we'll do. We might work on getting some new grips put on or something. These ones are kind of falling apart. They are pro tapers, it looks like. Kind of hard to tell. Focus. I can't get it to focus. It's whatever. I'm using my phone camera for all this. You guys got to forgive me. I'm not rich. And then eventually I do got to order the side plastics. And a discovery I made is that I do not think this is the original rear fender because it just does not fit in there. It's been a nightmare. I don't know how they got it on there before. I can't get it back on. I mean, it's just a pain in the butt. And I've also got to fix the exhaust rattle. So we got plenty of stuff to work on in the upcoming episodes. But that's just what I'm going to do. I'm not going to work on restoring that piece. Only these two, and then I will just buy the rest. I will buy this side, these back ones, and that one. Hopefully save, I don't know, $70 on those two. So, I don't know. I guess that's it for this video. So if you guys enjoyed it, make sure to like, sub, comment any recommendations for me you have down in the comments. I greatly appreciate them. I could definitely use some. I've never owned a Yamaha, so this stuff's kind of all new to me. So, yeah. I'll see you guys later. Happy riding.